You've heard about AI agents, you know they can take actions on your behalf, but how do you actually use them and how do you automate your work with them?
I don't have to write an email or search from settings or cancel my account.
Today, I have Sandra Dajic from Chatbase, who's going to show us how to automate customer service, marketing, and sales tasks with an AI agent called Chatbase. Sandra's going to show us how to set up a customer service agent, and that customer service agent isn't just going to answer questions, it's actually going to take actions on the customer's behalf.
Why is this important? Is because it's showing that by implementing AI in your company, every department can actually benefit from it.
For example, if a customer says downgrade my account, it can go ahead, connect to the Stripe account, and downgrade or upgrade their account accordingly without having a human in the loop.
I can just say to AI agent, can you downgrade my account? And it's downgrading my account, and then pretty much we are done from here. It's like bringing a right technology, but mixing that with integrations and AI and simplifying it to pretty much set it up.
Let's do this. Sandra, I'm really excited for this. What are you going to teach us today?
Today, we are building a simple AI agent that connects pretty much every department, and it helps me to create a great content.
Amazing. Let's do it.
So what we are trying to do here, or at least what I'm going to show you, is how I'm using actually one of Chatbase AI agents, or how I'm implementing these AI agents into my own workflows. If you don't know about Chatbase, it's pretty much a platform that deploys AI agent, but it's mostly focusing on customer support. And that's why it's really interesting to see how even these AI agents that are focusing in different niche can be actually used for people like in marketing, for me, to create great content. Why is this important? Is because it's showing that by implementing AI in your company, every department can actually benefit from it. And it's super simple. So I'm just going to show you the small demo I've built pretty much. Here we are. This is a simple playground in Chatbase. This is something you are probably very, very familiar with. At some point in our lives, we call them chatbots, but because of this great technology that we have today, they are becoming AI agents. And the reason they are becoming AI agents is because you can actually do certain things, or your customers can. And that's allowed by multiple different integrations that you build in your AI agents.
Yeah.
But that's great for customer support. Your customer has a problem, they talk to AI agent, it can fix their problems, and etc. But why it's important for marketing people is because if you go to analytics, so you building these AI agents is quite simple. So you can put as many knowledge you have, or like sources. It comes from files and texts and websites and Q&A and Notion. So it pretty much absorbs all the documentation you have about your product to help answer your customers. And then, of course, you can build your own API inside. So, example, your customer wants to upgrade or downgrade their plan, they can do it through AI agents. So no need for customer support.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then if they want, let's say, to, those classic problems, you buy a software or something like that, no one sends you an invoice and then you need to email people. Well, in this case, because we have Stripe integration, they can just ask an AI agent, hey, please send me an invoice because I don't want to wait for you to answer me. Really, really cool stuff. But why it's important for me, it's because if I go to analytics here, and if I go to topics, I can actually see all the problems our customers are having. So every conversation, it's being summarized, it's being built inside of the topics. So for me, as a marketing person, I can simply see the main problems our customers are having, and then just click here and go through them, and then pretty much create the content that is already solving a problem that they are asking for.
Interesting. Yeah, so you're almost using customer questions as a source of like content ideas.
Exactly. And building these AI agents is really simple. We've seen even with our enterprise companies that they are also saying like jumping on Chatbase is like super simple, very easy to use. And being in the market that is very competitive, having that edge with this technology is a great example, actually, how to use it.
Great.
So to build your own AI agent, it's quite simple. So you would go to Chatbase, and then you would choose a button called New AI Agent. From here, you can just place your own website, and then the AI will do its own magic. And this is pretty cool with no-code tools. It's allowing everyone, like people like me in marketing, to build whatever I want.
Yeah.
And then in this case, we could use Chatbase. Oh, and then you can choose actually a use case. So are we talking about the general AI, customer support agent, sales agent? In our case, we can focus on customer support agent because essentially we want to create a content for our customers. So that's what I want. I want an agent that will actually help customer support in our case and answer all of those questions. But I also want an agent so I want a workflow that will help me create content for our customers. And then pretty much we are done from here. Now it's fetching logo, brand colors, links, everything it needs. And then we just press train and continue. And right now what's happening, it's actually training on all the links that it found.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's so cool because we've seen also, like, I have use cases from customers that are actually selling agents to others. So
Yeah.
it's like this whole concept that you can do with the agents if you are very creative. If everything looks good, we can press this. The really interesting part about using no-code tools is that you can switch models. For me, it was always GPT-4o, the best one. I'm not sure about you.
I prefer Claude for writing, but I think GPT-4 was definitely better for conversations.
Yeah. I can't move away from GPT-4. It's very hard. And then you can write its own instruction, or you can use already pre-built instructions from Chatbase and then confirm settings. And now we are exactly here as I showed you at the beginning. So right now we have already an agent that is running on all the data and knowledge your customer needs to answer questions. But what is like difference between, what is the difference between chatbots and AI agents is actually actions these AI agents can do. And why again these no code tools are so good because everyone can do them, which means
Yeah.
if we go to actions, you can see pretty much all the integrations. So you have Stripe integration, you have Calendly integration, Zendesk, Sunshine. As I mentioned to you, like Chatbase is focusing on customer support, but we are going to use it for marketing. But all of
Yeah.
these integrations are making these chatbots into real AI agents that can do action. Like Stripe example, if your customer needs an invoice, they can just ask an AI agent rather than writing you an email, then waiting for that
I
invoice,
see.
and etc.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. And then you can also build your own action. You can create a custom action, and that requires like API access. And this one is actually somehow my favorite one because I'm going to show you actually why. I built one demo where a customer can downgrade or upgrade their account through these APIs.
So you don't need to talk to a customer service person. If you, for
No,
example, need an invoice, it just goes and fetches it from Stripe. If you're saying, hey, upgrade my plan or downgrade my plan, it'll just go ahead and do that in Stripe for you.
yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting.
yeah. It's kind of like if you take like it's pretty much putting a standard, a certain standard that customers will expect from your platform to have. That waiting moment we had before is like gone pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can create your own action. A funny thing, like for salespeople, we've seen call.com and Calendly are super important integrations because if you have an AI agent that is only focusing on sales, you can then like customize it, prompt it correctly, and then use these two integrations to recognize when to send or book a meeting. So if you choose like call.com, you can say, here you can pretty much explain either when the user mentioned booking an appointment, it's pretty much going to show all the appointments that are available for them to book. So it's like doing a certain action for the customers. So this is what I was showing you. Right now, this is a premium account.
Yeah.
And then if I want to downgrade pretty much, I don't have to, write an email or search from settings or cancel my account. I can just say to AI agent, can you downgrade my account? So right now it's pretty much asking me if I want that. I will say yes.
Interesting. And then it's making an API call back to Stripe and doing all these things.
Yeah, and it's downgrading my
Oh,
account.
very cool. Okay, yeah, I saw it just took us down to the free tier. Interesting, because now we need to access the premium features. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that these AI customer agents could like answer questions for you, but it's pretty mind blowing to see that it can actually go and start taking actions for you in different parts of the application. That's very cool.
Yes, but that's the key point. Like that's why these tools are so important, because it's like bringing a right technology, but mixing that with integrations and AI and simplifying it to pretty much set it up. That's the thing.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yes, and then once you have these AI agents running on your website, on your product, then this is where these analytics are super important. And this is where like they are important for me as a marketer, because I don't need to reach out to customer support. I don't need to reach out to tech and see what are the problems, what type of the content I need to create for our customers. Because essentially, as a marketer, it's very important that when a customer has a problem, you've kind of already answered that problem. So you are ensuring them to try and test and use the product. This is why this is why we love AI, and because it can actually summarize what the customer are going through. And these actually topics are based on that demo I have just showed you from the Spotify clone account, which means
Interesting.
that most of the customers have account subscription problems. So they either want to downgrade or upgrade account. Audio quality, so this means like instant content pretty much.
Yeah. I guess it's not just a source for like understanding customer service and generating marketing ideas, but it's also like just like diagnosing your product problems better, right? Like maybe you want to switch a certain feature if you keep getting complaints about it. Like audio quality seems like a pretty obvious one.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, that's why I said at the beginning, it's not only like building workflows anymore that are just fixing my problems, but if you can target like a workflow that is influencing even tech department or customer support department and then marketing department as well, then you have like
Yeah.
a whole story in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was speaking on another podcast actually, and I was saying that they've asked me like, what is one thing that we keep forgetting about when we are building a product and when we are talking about founders and big companies and etc. And I said that we are not talking about enough about employees in these companies, which means that each employee pretty much needs to be able to determine their own workflows, their own problems in workflows, and then start building solutions for it, because you are
Yeah.
becoming like unreplaceable pretty much at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
One cool feature that I really like, we have this thing called Compare.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think many people actually, or people that are not in tech like myself, but kind of like touching some pieces of it, don't know the difference each models can bring to the table. So we have like this really cool feature where you can actually compare different models. So let's say on this side we have GPT-4o, but here you can place, let's say, do you want to choose? Which one did you say? Claude was
Yeah,
good
let's
for
go
you?
with Sonnet. Any of the Sonnet models I like 3.5, 3.7, I like both of them, so we can do Sonnet.
Okay, let's do this one. Let's now ask the same question. So we're going to ask the same question and see the difference in the answer. How can I? You see,
Mm.
in the first part, could you provide more details, the issue you're facing? Are you looking
Yeah.
to downgrade, upgrade? But then Sonnet is doing a little bit more. I would be happy to help you change your subscription. I can see your Pro plan expired 2 days ago. Would you like to reactivate your Pro plan, or would you prefer to switch? Like, this is really cool, huh?
Yeah, no, this is good because you get to see like, yeah, which model you maybe want for your website or anything else and what kind of tone you want in it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And then from here, you can actually change, basic instructions and the temperature, and do you want it to be funny or not?
Cool, cool. No, awesome. This was a great demo. I feel like, yeah, I sort of like I had this aha moment where just like seeing it go to Stripe and do those things. But I'm sure with the Calendly integrations and other things, you can probably go book meetings with sales departments or customer service or anything else or anything along those lines.
Mm.
So yeah, I think that's helpful. And even if you have this sort of business where you need to book a lot of calls, I'm assuming the Calendly indication or the cal.com integration can really help with that as well.
Yeah. For me, the most important part, or what is my kind of like logic behind these products, is to make sure that we are kind of using them correctly. There are multiple different purposes. Even when you are, let's say, lovable. I've built, I think 2 weeks ago or something like that, a website pretty much where you can take a test to see how shitty your customer support is.
Yeah,
That type of the things for marketer is very important, which means that I'm not anymore dependent on technical team or tech team to solve
yeah,
my own issue. I can just jump into the product that actually makes sense and create something of it. In
yeah,
this case, I was showing you like simple solution that is already in the company, and how different departments can actually squeeze it and use it for their own purposes.
yeah. Very cool. Sandra, thank you so much for this. This has been extremely educational for me. Hopefully, everyone watching this finds this helpful as well. I think whether you're a marketer, you're in sales, you're in customer support, or you're an entrepreneur running a company, I really think you can probably use chat based or an agent like chat based that helps you
Mm.
do a lot of these tasks and hopefully save a lot more time and money instead of having to do all these things manually.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's always, always lovely to talk with you.
Same here. Thank you so much for coming on again.